want you guys to take a look at this baby on my screen. She's so innocent and her story is very tragic. But what I like to try to do is I try to make sure and analyze these things in a way where not only we can understand how we get to this point, because a lot of times these people aren't telling us how we get to this point. Okay. But I try to tell people in a cautionary way how I believe that we can avoid these situations, especially because I'm from the black community and I think that I have some ideas how people could help prevent these tragedies to children. But before I get into the story and before I say anything inflammatory, I have to give you guys a disclaimer. Let's get it. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. And finally, I can give the L to somebody else besides Texas. So California, y'all are taking the L. I'm not sure what part of California, but let me tell y'all this. I'm going to say this again, and I want people who watch this video on the replay to hear one of the first things I'm going to say. To my ladies, I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Stop making men fathers who are under the age of 30 years old. They are not worthy of being fathers. Too many of them are unstable financially, emotionally, spiritually. And stop having unprotected sex with these thugs. I don't understand this. I will never understand it. And I say that and I speak to the ladies because I'm going to speak to the group that I believe when they say that y'all are smart, you guys are powerful. I believe it. So I'm going to put the power in your hands because life and death is in your hands. And I'm going to say, please stop bringing children into this world without a plan and with the wrong people. Because I'm going to tell you guys, I don't have a lot of faith in men. Let me say that again. I don't have a lot of faith in men, especially men under the age of 30 years old, being a father. For me, I was made a father I chose to be a father and was welcomed into this world as a father at the age of 24 years old. I felt like I would have done more of a service to my daughter if I would have waited until I was at least 30 years old when I'm more stable and ready. So when I point the finger out there, I'm pointing the finger back at myself also. Yes, that's fair. This baby did absolutely nothing to deserve what happened to her. But I do have a theory because I'm going to tell you, Law and Crime is just going to give you the news story. Thank you for the article, but they're not going to give you the theory. But here we go. A 22-year-old father, and I'm going to call him unstable, in California is behind bars this week after his 1-year-old daughter was found dead in the LA River. This boy's name, let me show y'all what this boy's name is. He ain't a man. He's a little boy. He's a little bitch. Let me show y'all this. This man, his name is Javion Lewis Burley. Javion. Ladies and gentlemen, across the world, listening to the sound of my voice, y'all please tell me how many good fathers do you know who have the name Javion or Kentavion or Quantavius or Martavion? What do I say? Stupid names equals stupid things. You're going to end up with a stupid product, a stupid person. When you give children names that don't mean anything, I think it lessens their value, and some of them get lucky to overcome it and become something great. But that percentage is so small. It's so small. I don't know why we go with the microcosm and think that, oh, we're going to give him a unique name. How about you give him a normal name? How about you give him a name that actually means something? How about you give him a father in his life? One thing that I could tell you about Javion, I am absolutely assuming, I can almost guarantee you that 22-year-old Javion didn't have a daddy in his life. Because a lot of these young generation of kids are coming up under broken homes. They are not being raised in the nuclear family, biological mother, biological father, under one roof, by way of the social construct called marriage. Most people aren't raised in that. Not this younger generation. I was fortunate enough to have my mom and dad under one roof. Not everybody can say that. Even then, it was imperfect. But I'm thankful for what I did have. Stupid names equal stupid things. Stupid is as stupid thugs. Can you guys go ahead and start typing in those hashtags? What are our AFC hashtags? Are y'all ready to get it in? We ain't even started with the story yet. Let's get them hashtags up, please. Hashtag live by the thug, die by the thug. Hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. Hashtag TTOTTT. Hashtag hood hoes love hood dick. Hashtag no jail time, give them hell time. Let's get them up, okay? 22-year-old Javion was taken into custody on Tuesday and charged with 1 count of murder and 1 count of child endangerment in the death of that little baby right there. And that baby looks so sweet with her big pretty eyes, her little chunky face. Let me see if I can get a solo picture of her up here. This really upsets me to my core because y'all know I'm a father and I'm a father to a black child. I love my daughters. I love my daughters. This is inexcusable, what he did. According to a report from the LA ABC affiliate, KABC TV, a woman later identified as Burley's mother on Sunday evening called 911 at approximately 10:45 p.m., 10:45 at night, to report a possible missing child. She reportedly told the emergency dispatcher that the father, Burley, went to Long Beach to pick up his 2 children from their mother and bring them to the residence he shared with the mother in Inglewood. When he arrived, however, he reportedly was only accompanied by 1 child. Let me say that again. When he got home, he only had 1 kid with him. Let's talk about that for a moment. They're referring to him, if I'm not mistaken, as the dad of this child, of this baby. Or was he? Was he the dad? If he was the dad, then why would he take his anger and frustration out on his own flesh and blood? I'm not saying he should have did anything to the other child either, but why would he pick one over the other to abuse to the point of murder? I'm just asking because I believe something caused that. Did he not believe that that child was biologically his? Was the mom cheating? I don't know. Thank you, the Thug Zoo. And I want y'all to remember that thug does not refer to a skin color. We refer to thug as an action. That ain't got nothing to do with skin color. So I want to throw that out there so people don't misunderstand. Now, officers with the Inglewood Police Department responded to the residence located in the 3000 block of North Market Street, where they made contact with the victim's grandmother and began searching for the missing child. And if I didn't tell y'all, I'm getting this from lawandcrime.com, so thank you for the article. The IPD, working alongside officers in the Long Beach Police Department, discovered the little girl's remains in a shallow area, in an area shallow water just below Ocean Boulevard Bridge in LA River, according to a report. While authorities have not released details regarding the manner in which they believe that his daughter was killed, Lanisha Hull, who is the child's mother, let me see if I can get her face up here. Get mom's face up here, which is, see if I can find it. Right here. That's the child's mother. And she provided additional information about the circumstances of Leilani's death in an interview. Hull said that Burley appeared upset when he picked up their children, but that his behavior wasn't anything that she found concerning. He came to pick up the kids, an emotional Hull said through tears. He was angry at the time, but that was normal. What was he angry about? She said that he was angry, but that was normal. How is anger normal? Anger is not normal. to be upset all the time? Why is that normal? Let me give a shout out Kimberly Flower. Make sure you guys go subscribe to her YouTube channel. Much love. Thank you, Kimberly Flower. He's coming to pick up your children with an attitude. Apparently a severe attitude. How can that be normal? That is not normal, first of all. But let's keep going. She said that he didn't look like he was panicking or anything. She reportedly said that Burley failed to put the 1-year-old in her car seat when loading the kids in the car. Hull reportedly said she then strapped the child into the car seat and watched Burley drive off erratically, stopping and starting the vehicle several times. But did she call police when she saw that? Hull further claimed that the daughter's body was found in LA River because Burley tossed her off of a bridge. And I don't know if y'all saw that bridge. Let me see if I can bring up a picture real quick. We are live right now, so y'all bear with me. Let me see if I can bring this up. I need to put this on the full screen. Do I have a better? I think this is probably the best picture I could show until we get to the news videos. Uh-oh. There we go. Right here. Right here. Do y'all see how far of a drop that is? And that's at low tide. That's at low tide. Can everybody see that? Or do I need to break out my trusty whiteboard real quick? I certainly can do that. Let me see. Where is it at? Uh-oh. Can I not find it? Well, maybe I can't bring it out. Oh, there it is. Let me make this into something you guys can see. Boom, boom, boom. Here's the bridge. And the drop goes from here all the way down to there. From the bridge area up here, this looks like that's maybe about 5 foot, 4 foot tall. So imagine how far down of a drop that is. 5, 10, 15, 20, about what, a 30-foot drop? I'm assuming that's probably about a 40-foot drop from here all the way down to that point. And Kimberly said, hit that thumbs up, sending a super chat, showing some love. Kimberly, I always appreciate you. Thank you so much. And thank you also for what you do on your channel, man. I need to get over there more often and show some love over there. But thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. Just my guesstimation, that looks like that's about a 30-foot drop. Maybe y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe it's taller, maybe it's shorter. But he tossed her off the bridge, according to the mom. Let me see if I can show y'all that screenshot. Because I was able to screenshot a few things from Mom's Facebook page. Let me see if I can find it. Yep. Take a look at this. Right there. I just actually passed it. This is from the biological mother's Facebook page. He threw her off the bridge. Let's talk about what this person said in the comment section. This person left a comment and said, what's the likelihood that he has postpartum depression? Just asking. Now, he's actually putting in a rhetorical question, but let me tell you why I think that's actually a fair statement. Because if you think about it, what is postpartum depression? Let's actually look that up. How about we look that up real quick? So I can give you guys the actual definition. What is postpartum depression?
According to Mayo Clinic, depression that occurs after childbirth.
Depression that occurs after childbirth. And I want you guys to notice that the definition didn't actually read and say that that only applies to women. It says depression that happens after childbirth. But more times than none, We reserve that for women and say that a lot of women suffer from postpartum depression, right? But you would have to ask, what is postpartum depression? You start to regret having a child? How many men out there regret having a child, especially when they're not the ones giving childbirth, right? Some of them may have even asked for a, what do you call that? An abortion? Maybe the mom was like, nope, I don't believe in abortion. That goes against my spiritual religions and all of that, right? But then they throw that lasso around his neck and say, well, you're going to be on child support on top of that. Right? So one would have to ask, if I just read you guys the definition of postpartum depression, then why can't men suffer from postpartum depression? I'm not saying I want the excuse. What I'm saying is I don't want the excuse for anybody. I don't want it for men. I don't want it for women. I don't want it for anybody. Okay? Now, y'all asked about a GoFundMe. Of course, there was a GoFundMe. We're kind of jumping into the story a little bit further than what I wanted to, but it's okay. Let's talk about this GoFundMe. Let's talk about this good old GoFundMe. Leilani Dream Burley. You guys can look this up. The GoFundMe is by the organizer, Lanisha Hull, who is the biological mother. Can we get a hashtag babies for benefits? Lanisha Hull asked for a $30,000 GoFundMe. What does she say in that GoFundMe? I think I can actually pull that up here. Give me a second. I think I screenshotted that. She said, hello. Oh, actually, I can show you guys on the screen. Hold on. I can show you. We're doing this live. Y'all bear with me. Hold on. Right here. Let's make this bigger so you guys can see it. Right there. She said, hello, my name is Lanisha Hull, the mother of Leilani Dream. On Sunday, December 4th, Leilani and her big brother were picked up by their father, which was a normal routine, but never arrived to the destination. Leilani was then reported missing. On Monday, December the 5th, she was found lifeless in the river, which he admitted to tossing her over a bridge. She's talking about the biological dad. Leilani was murdered by someone who was supposed to protect her, someone she thought she could trust, someone who was supposed to keep her safe. Her father, her 22-year-old father, by the way. I'm so devastated and can't fathom the thought of pain and suffering my baby endured. I ask that you help me lay my sweet baby to rest. Nothing is too little. Even a prayer will help. I thank you kindly. Aw, ain't that such a beautiful message in the GoFundMe? But I want y'all to think about this. People say that they don't get life insurance on their children, like Gerber Life is a few dollars a month. Thank you, Spicy Kai. Thank you. I used to talk about Gerber Life all the time. If you can't afford Gerber Life insurance for your children, then you should not be a parent, first of all. Somebody in the chat asked, does a funeral really cost that much? Hell no, it don't. And I don't mean any disrespect to the baby, but what I am saying is, why can't we call out the fact that the parents are being stupid? Right? Why can't we call out the fact that the parents are doing stupid things? $30,000 for what? You didn't give her a $30,000 life. Why would you give her a $30,000 death? Does that make any sense? Probably didn't have a babysitter. And you're asking for 30 grand. For what? Even if she collects it all, I can guarantee you she won't take that and put life insurance on her son. She won't put that up for a college fund. You know what she gonna end up spending that money on? Get her hair, nails, and toes did so she can get some new outfits. Maybe get her a big screen TV, get some rims for her car so she can go to the club, maybe take a vacation, go to Vegas, go gamble. Next thing you know, you look up 6 months later, she's broke. And her son has nothing. Tell me when I said something That's not factual. That's not even this mother thing. That's not a black thing. That's not a young parent thing. That's a human thing. Yes? That's a human thing. Humans do stupid things with money. Let's keep going. She claimed that the dad tossed this girl off of a bridge. She said, my daughter was murdered by her father. He threw her off a bridge. I don't understand. Why would he do this to my daughter? I just don't understand. How can a father do this to his own child? Ho's 3-year-old son was unharmed. The distraught mother reportedly said that the little boy keeps asking where his sister is, a question that she has no answer for. Inglewood Police Department urged anybody with information relevant to this case to call 310-412-5246. Burley is no stranger to run-ins with the law. Let me say this again. Can we get a hashtag when you date thugs, you date death? They said, and I quote, Burley is no stranger to the law. He was arrested in 2018 after he and 2 accomplices allegedly robbed a Domino's Pizza delivery driver at gunpoint, according to a report from the Daily Press. How broke are you at 21? No, actually, let me see. So 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. So 22, 21, 20. So he was 18 years old. How broke were you at age 18 years old if you're robbing somebody for essentially tip money? Because most of these transactions nowadays, they're paying for by way of their credit cards and debit accounts. And they might tip them cash in person, right? I've never been a delivery driver, so I don't really know how that works now, especially nowadays. But most people are ordering, for the past, 5, 6, 7 years, have been ordering through apps. How broke was he? Probably having sex, probably already making kids, because this little girl was, let me see. She's 1 year old, but the little boy looks like he's about 3 or 4 years older than her. So this was around that same time. So he probably already was a parent at this point. He robbed a Domino's delivery driver at gunpoint. Burley was found in possession of the weapon used in the commission of a crime, a black mask, and other evidence pertinent to the crime, police said at the time of his arrest. Police also believe that Burley was responsible for several other similar robberies. That was as of 2018. So let me throw this out there, black folks. This little girl is 1 year old. Minus 9 months off of that, that's just under 2 years old. This crime happened 4 years ago. At least the one he was caught for. So what does that mean? That means even though you probably already had the son, let me see if I can get his face up here. Or at least a blurred out picture of his face. Right here. So even though you probably already had the son, what could the mom have done if you knew that this nigga was broke? Maybe don't have the other kid. Maybe get your tubes tied. Maybe practice abstinence. Maybe get on birth control. Maybe wear a condom. Maybe get a NuvaRing. Maybe take the Depo shot. Maybe do something. But having children is a choice. At this point, maybe you didn't know that he was out here thugging, getting it in the streets when he was 18 years old. But guess what you did know? When he was 20 to 21 years old, you did know. Or you should have known. You knew he was out here thugging, robbing Domino delivery drivers for spare change. Here's one thing you can deduce. I'm going to use a big word, deduce. Here's what you can deduce from this situation. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world, and you don't even have to even do a background check. But one thing you can do is you can look at a person and tell, let's see, where does he go to work? Does he work a 9 to 5? Oh, okay, he's not working. So how is he bringing in money legally? So if he's doing something illegal, then maybe you shouldn't be having unprotected sex with the person who is not having a legal job. There's a lot of ways you could go about this. Maybe don't have children with a man that's under the age of 30 years old. I think that would be an amazing solution for a lot of these situations. But let me give you guys the fair usage because I know I've said a lot. I know I've already pissed off some of y'all. So let's go. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. If you guys would do me a favor, like I said, I know not everybody's going to understand where I'm coming from. Please remember, keep the kids first. Do me a favor and click that thumbs up. Share the memory of Leilani because this is really a tragedy to her and her brother and how messed up these situations continue to happen and we're not doing anything to stop it. Here we go.
Do have breaking news. She was just a year old. Her body found in shallow waters in Long Beach. Now, the baby's father is facing murder and child endangerment charges surrounding her death.
Eyewitness News reporter Sid Garcia is live in Inglewood, where he spoke with the infant's grieving mother. Sid?
Guys, this is a very heartbreaking story. This all happened Sunday night when the suspect's own mother was the one who called police asking about her missing granddaughter. And this afternoon, a devastated mother is just simply asking, why did this happen?
My daughter, she was murdered by her father. He pulled her off the bed.
Leilani Dream Burley was only a year old. Lanisha Hull says the baby's father, 22-year-old Javion Burley, picked up their kids Sunday night like he normally does. He returns them on Wednesday. Sunday night, according to the family, he takes the couple's son to his mom's house. He doesn't have their daughter. The family says they found out yesterday that the baby was found in shallow water in Long Beach and that the father was in custody.
He came to my home to pick up my kid. He was angry at the time, but normal though. He was normal. He didn't look like he was planning something or anything at all.
I'm going to rewind that. I did not understand a word that she just said. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean no disrespect. I'm going to play this again and y'all tell me if y'all understand any English words that she just said. Let's listen at that again. I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't understand a word she said.
Father was in custody.
He came to my home to pick up my kid. He was angry at the time, but normal though. He was normal. He didn't look like he was planning something or anything at all.
I know I'm about to go to hell for what I'm thinking about saying, but I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Swear I'm not going to say it. But let me tell y'all how bad it is. She could have a speech problem. She could be deaf. I don't really know. I honestly don't know. It was so bad that in one of these videos, and you guys, and yeah, I didn't see no tears. Did y'all see any tears? I didn't see any. You say she's deaf? Okay. Oh, wow. Oh. 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 Says she's hearing impaired. Okay, I knew something was wrong. And the reason I was going to say that is because if you watch I got a couple more news videos. They actually pull up subtitles. I thought I had the subtitles on. No, I actually didn't. What they did was they actually put, I swear to you, watch, I'll show you. They put up subtitles. I was just like, wow, I did not understand a word she was saying.
Inglewood police released a statement saying they've arrested the baby's father and that their investigation is ongoing.
How can you do that?
Was this your pillow?
This is my dad's pillow. I carry it with me every day.
I didn't see any tears.
Yeah, we spoke to the one-year-old's devastated mother. She tells us her family is rallying around her, helping her to try to make sense of all of this. She tells us that when her children's father came to pick them up on Sunday, there was no argument, no tension, no signs of trouble, which makes all of this all the more confusing.
I'm gonna behave. I promise. I promise y'all I am. I'm gonna behave.
A devastated mother asks God why. Her love and heartbreak told through Instagram stories.
More.
1-year-old Leilani Dream Burley, or Lonnie, was learning to sign, loved books, praising the Lord, and frosting. That's why her mother, Lanisha Hull, can't believe her baby was murdered, allegedly by dad, 22-year-old Javion Burley. This is his booking photo from an unrelated arrest in San Bernardino County 4 years ago. Englewood police say it was the suspect's own mother who called them Sunday after he went to Long Beach to pick up his 2 kids from their mom and came back with only 1 child. On Instagram, Hull detailed how for more than a day, Burley refused to tell them where Leilani was, saying, "Don't worry about it, she's fine." But she wasn't. Police say they found little Leilani's body in the LA River under the Ocean Boulevard Bridge in Long Beach. Now Hull is posting detailing her baby's short but beautiful life, even sharing this photo taken just days ago, not knowing it would be the last. Hull is asking her story be spread to bring justice for little Leilani, the 1-year-old with gorgeous big eyes, a sweet smile, and a family who desperately loved her.
She's a beautiful little girl. Let's keep going. A couple more news videos. I'm going to find that one that had the subtitles. I had never seen nothing like that, except for people who couldn't speak English.
Heartbreak for a local family after a 1-year-old girl is found dead in the LA River in Long Beach. Police have arrested her father on suspicion of murder. Investigators say Javion Burley picked up his 2 children from their mother in Long Beach for visitation.
But he returned home to Inglewood with only 1 child. KTLA's Mary Beth McDade has the latest from Long Beach, where a grim investigation is underway.
Oh, my baby. My beautiful baby.
A heartbroken mother cries in pain. Lanisha Hull's 1-year-old daughter, Leilani Burley, was found dead in the LA River in Long Beach. She was allegedly thrown to her death by her own father.
He dropped her or threw her over the bridge.
22-year-old Javion Burley, seen here in a previous booking photo, apparently picked up Leilani and her 3-year-old brother at their mother's Long Beach apartment on Sunday. But when he returned to his Inglewood home, where he lives with his mother.
Oh my God, there's so much that does not make sense. Okay, let's think about this for a minute. You said, does he have a booking folder when he was 17, 18 years old? Yes, Mookie, yes. Somehow, even if we're blind and deaf, we still end up with thugs in the black community and making babies by thugs. Isn't that something? But what's crazy is she's not blind. Wasn't nothing wrong with her fingers. Could have typed in a website, did a background check, and find out, oh, this man is a multi-time criminal. maybe I shouldn't be having sex with a man who ain't got a job. So she had enough sense, enough wherewithal to have sex and become a mother, but it's wrong of me to say that she shouldn't have had a baby by a thug, that was a bad choice, because that's what parenting is, deciphering between good choices and bad choices. Am I right or am I wrong? And if you can't decipher between right and wrong, good or bad, evil or righteous, then you shouldn't be a parent.
The children's grandmother, Inglewood police say he only had the boy and there was no sign of little Alani. So the concerned grandmother notified them.
Well, on Sunday at about 10:46 p.m., we got a call of a missing person. And a grandmother called us and informed us that her son had returned home with only one of his two children.
Good evening. Javion Burley is now facing murder and assault charges for allegedly killing his baby girl,
Let's see if I can
Leilani.
find it.
And Burley from gun officers, police, disbelief, as you can imagine. Baby's mother is holding a vigil tonight here in Long Beach. It's supposed to start at around at 7 o'clock tonight, and there will also be a balloon release, and we will be there.
Murder charges. Stop doing balloon releases. Stop doing that.
Was filed today against a man accused of killing his own baby daughter, who was just a year old. Our Rob Hayes reports from the courthouse in Long Beach.
Charged with murder and in court for his first appearance.
Mr. Burley, good afternoon to you. You have a right to be arraigned today.
Javion Burley accused of killing his one-year-old daughter, Leilani. Her body found in the waters of the LA River under the Ocean Boulevard Bridge in Long Beach.
She was murdered by her father. He pulled her off the bed.
That's Lanisha Hull, the mother of the dead girl, in an emotional interview with Eyewitness News earlier this week. She says Burley picked up Leilani and her 3-year-old brother Sunday night in Long Beach, but that when he arrived at his mother's home in Inglewood, Leilani was missing.
He was angry at the time, but normal though. He was normal. He didn't look like he was planning something or anything at all.
In court today,
y'all saw that, right? They had up subtitles. Fine, like I said, you can't understand her very well, but I had never seen nothing like that.
It's missing.
He was angry at the time, but normal though. He was normal. He didn't look like he was planning something or anything at all.
In court today, Burley and his attorney asked for more time before making a plea. He's charged with murder and assault on a child causing death. Investigators have not said how the toddler died and whether or not she was dead before she was thrown into the river. Burley's bail has been set at $2,050,000. He's due back in court January 10th.
A 1-year-old child found dead in the LA River. The child's father arrested, charged with murder. The heartbroken mother pledging on social media to get justice for her little girl. Eyewitness News reporter Jory Rand joining us with the latest on.
We could actually stop it right there. I think you guys get the point. It's just to say that now they already made the decision to bring this little girl into this world. That's something you can't undo. And I wouldn't ask that they undo that. But at the same time, I'm asking for those who might be looking at these situations before we get to this point, especially with our young women, our young mothers, to stop procreating with thugs. I'm calling this man a thug because he didn't have a job. He was robbing Domino's delivery drivers. I'm assuming he didn't have a reputable job while robbing Domino's delivery drivers. I'm assuming he didn't have a job. So he out in the streets thugging. You would have had to have known that. And you still made a kid with him. He was doing this at age 18, 2018. That would have made him 18 years old. 4 years prior, this little girl was 1 year old, which means that add 9 months to that, 2 years, let's just say 24 months ago, 2 years ago, you made a conscious choice to still bring this child into this world with that man who isn't doing anything productive with his life to prove that he's going to be a responsible father. And that's what has to stop. It doesn't matter whether people like this have hearing impairments, speech impairments, financial impairments, whatever impairments, judgment impairments. All of these stories end up the same way. And when you date thugs, you date death. And that's what has to stop. There are so many people who listen to my videos each and every day. Make sure to share these videos, because when we get to this point, we're going to just see and say, hey, we told you. Give him a life sentence, get him out of here, and we move on, because that's all we can do. But that's such a beautiful little girl, and I really wish that princess would have been put in a more advantageous position. Beautiful, beautiful little girl. Young Princess Leilani, R.I.P. To that alleged father, that man needs no mercy. Y'all type that in the chat. Hashtag zero mercy. That man is a criminal. He's been a criminal, and he's probably done, and they're probably going to prove it in court, the worst thing possible to his own daughter. But he's a traitor to his own family, a traitor to his DNA, a traitor to his family tree, a traitor to fathers, just in general. But I hope he gets life in prison or worse. But thank you guys so much for listening. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you.